Yep, 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 yep. Who's first? Bum crack picker. Cindy, why, good morning to you as well. Stephen. Carol, the bargain shopping. She says she's first, but no. And Anissa, first in the hearts of Americans. Quinn's showing me her swelling. She looks like a little bit like who? Popeye. Yeah, with the cheeks.
Look like Betty Lou Who.
She looks like Betty Lou Who. You know the big lip on the people in Whoville in what's the name of that? The Grinch Stole Christmas. Yeah, she looks like Betty Lou Who with the big upper lip thing going. At least she can joke about it. I don't think she hurts as bad as she was, but she's still swollen up like a. And she's going on a live chat for her business, and she's trying to put makeup over the swelling and bruises. Makes me look like a wife beater. Yes, it does. Meteor Man, Meteor Man, Meteor Man, Meteor Man is there. Let's see if Sally's here yet. I haven't looked. Sally's not. A
Buongiorno.
visitor from the
Oh,
east who
you're
speaks
live.
French.
You're live.
Who speaks French?
Coup
Of
for
course, I guess France is east of here.
Yeah.
Straight broadcasting from the Eiffel Tower. Tom, the Queen City. I didn't know Paris was the Queen City. I guess it is. I guess they did have queens in Paris.
Yeah, but
down through the years.
Charlotte is the Queen City. Everybody else is just wannabes.
Yeah. Queen Charlotte.
Trying to get everything fixed up. I don't even know the last time I have had StreamYard up, and I just keep paying my monthly fees.
I don't pay them a nickel, and they still let me make lives.
Do they?
Yeah. They don't. They give you like 20 free hours a month.
Yeah.
And I only do about, what?
20?
14, 15, 16 a month. So
yeah.
I'm good.
When you see Gwen, tell her I said to tell Esther hello.
Esther who?
She'll know. Oh. From one of her Instagram videos.
Oh. Hey, Gwen. I think she's in the other room.
Good morning, everybody in the chat. She's really funny, you know?
Yeah, she has really gotten into
Instagram?
Instagram shorts. What do you call them?
I just thought it was Instagram.
Well, it's Instagram, but there's the word for the little short videos. Like anyway. So,
how are you been?
Hi, Beth. I'm good.
Good.
I got no problems really, except
I thought Reels was Beth.
Reels, yeah, Reels.
Is that Reels? I thought that was Facebook.
I think you can put them on almost anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anyway. I think you make the reel on Facebook and then you can share it to Instagram and Facebook and YouTube or wherever.
You can tell she's got a drama background.
Yeah, she does. She does for sure.
I've got an Instagram that I basically just look at other people's Instagram with it. I don't have anything on it because
Very
it's just
sorry about
one
the
more
yeah.
time.
Everybody's sorry about the shootings. We had a long discussion yesterday about the shootings. Some good talk. Medio man, you need to go back and watch yesterday's live if you want to see our talk and thoughts on the shootings. Yeah, that was a horrible deal.
Yeah, it is. And I'm glad that he got taken out. So we don't have to spend a bunch of money.
Jenny, are you a tough dog?
Pardon me?
I was talking to Jenny.
Uh,
That one of the neighborhood cats goes right up to the door. We got French doors with windows.
right?
She looks out, and then the cat is right on the other side of the glass, and they just stare at each other. Jenny's like, "I'm tough, and I'm gonna get you," and the cat's like, "Yawn."
Yeah.
But the cat can't avoid just coming up there and giving Jenny a hard time. The cat's like, "Ho hum, I'm just here. Look at you, doggy. You can't get me."
Yeah, you're in prison.
And the cat and the dog are both about the same size, so yeah, it's a sad day in America, that's for sure. Yep.
The I forgot what I was gonna say now.
I think they closed all activities for Uvalde schools, of course, so the graduation ceremonies they were going to have were canceled, and any end of school activities they had going on,
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, Steve. It's social media is a really big suck anymore. But when you're sitting in doctors' offices and that kind of stuff, it makes the time go by. But
Yeah.
it's good morning, Jim, Tara. Um,
Good morning, Jim Tara.
it's it's like everything else. You got to just keep it in moderation. And some of these YouTube channels, they're on everything. I'm like, how do you get anything done when you're um when you're trying to deal with all of this social media stuff? And I think that's a problem. I think that's a problem that we got in the U.S. right now, and probably the world or the civilized world, is that people have got their nose too far up everybody else's butt instead of trying to make their own life better. So that's the message of the day from the Right Reverend Tom.
Straight from Paris, France.
That's right.
But yeah, it's like I think social media may not be as bad as other influences that are out
Yeah.
there, but it's not good in a lot of cases. Oh my gosh, we're getting all sorts of cool people coming in here.
Morning, guys. I thought
Hi,
I'd say
Tab.
hi to Tom because I haven't seen him in a long time. Well,
Yeah,
I'm
me
hi,
too.
Todd, too.
Oh, well, thanks.
You're welcome.
Well, we had COVID. Roberta, myself, and Sasha. We all had COVID, and then those two got over with it, and I seemed to just couldn't get rid of it. I kept testing positive, so I might have picked. And we've all been vaccinated. I think I must have picked up one of the other strains or whatnot. But we're all over that now, and actually, we've moved on. Had to move on to other things. Roberta is in Asheville today. Her mother is having heart bypass surgery tomorrow, and then next Friday I have my first cataract surgery.
Mm.
So it's just one freaking thing after another.
Are they taking the lens off and giving you a new lens on your eye?
They're putting, the cataract part of it. They're putting a new
Yeah,
lens
my
in.
mom had that done, and she wore glasses her whole life, and then they put the new artificial lens on your eye. She didn't need glasses anymore at all. Actually, she really liked it.
They're not actually replacing. Good morning, Mike. They're not putting in the outside cornea part
Shut
of
up.
it. And I have a bad astigmatism, and I also have keratoconus. And for those that don't know what that is, that's where you have thin spots in your cornea. And so years ago, I was going to go get LASIK, and everything looked good. And I said, I hope you saw that I have keratoconus. And he said, yes. The doctor said, yes, we're going to do one more test. And that's basically where they do a topography of your eye. And he said, no, we can't do it. And he says, but you can get a second opinion. I said, I've got my checkbook open here, ready to write you a $3,200 check. And you say you won't take my check because you won't do the surgery. I said, that is all I need to know right there.
Yeah. Well, this is different than LASIK because Beth said she had the new lenses put in, only needs reading glasses. That was my mom too. When they did that cataract, they just take off that whole outside lens and give you a whole new one.
They don't do this. They make an incision and insert a new lens that the cataract is on. And they said that I would still have to wear glasses because of my other issues. So
I have a bad stigmatism too.
Yeah, me too.
And what with insurance was that I don't have to pay anything for what they call the basic lens, which is what everybody normally gets. But there's an option. It's supposedly a better lens, blah blah blah, which is $1,900 per eye that the insurance doesn't pay for. So I said, and I'd still probably have to wear glasses. So because I said, is there a chance that I don't have to wear glasses? He said, there is, but I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to have glasses when you get done. So I said, well, I'm not spending the money, if I'm going to get basically the same results.
Oh my God. Jim's addicted to glasses. He keeps buying all these Zenny glasses, off of Zenny with all these different frames and different lenses. So then he watches these optometrist YouTube videos, and then he does his own, changes his prescription to what he thinks he needs, and then gets new glasses with it. He's insane.
I just let's just get it done. I want to. My mom is in good health. My mother-in-law, this doctor's like, we do these every day, 2 or 3 times a day. She's doesn't have anything to really worry about other than your surgery and you going under anesthesia. So we're you're always concerned about that stuff, but it's.
Somebody's got a coin. Is that peace dollar?
Yeah, I was thinking about making the topic today. Is the dollar really a dollar anymore?
Well, not if it's silver. It's not. Isn't it worth about 30 or no? I don't even know. I haven't paid attention to silver.
Yeah, you're pretty much right on. These are about $30 a piece.
In worn condition, like just regular, nothing special for mint marks or dates.
Right.
They're about $30, right?
Yep.
But if I go to a live auction here, they go way above eBay for what I call worn, no special date. They'll spend 40, 45, $50 on them.
Yeah, our local auction is like that. They pretty much have silver dollars in every auction.
I don't want to I'm not stereotyping them, but they'll always be like these older guys. They buy a lot of ammo, a lot of guns, and a lot of coins, and they're always kind of the same look to them. I don't know. They'll all be 65 to 78 or something like that.
Yeah, kind of like me.
Yeah.
I was just watching a video earlier this morning, and I guess I don't know how it came up in my recommended, but it was like this boy. He looked like he's about 11 or 12 years old, and he spent like $1,200 on 4. I guess they were sports cards. $1,200
Yeah.
at 12, 11 or 12 years old, and he was counting out that cash.
Yeah.
So, Todd, are those worth anything?
These?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Tara said, they're about $30 a piece.
Okay. And those are
Does
90
that look like $150?
No.
But
Back
if
in the
you
day, they were only worth $1.
Yeah.
You know.
I know that's kind of tells you what's happened to the dollar. That's
No, are those silver or are they
Those are
90?
silver.
Okay.
they're 90% silver.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Where does Sally go?
What year did they quit making the silver dollar?
I don't know.
32,
Yeah.
Oh.
33, 32, because they
What year did they quit making the gold coin?
Roosevelt outlawed gold coins in 1933.
No, so around the same time.
Good morning, Sally.
Yeah, Roosevelt wanted to get us out of the Depression, so he untied the dollar from 35 was the last silver dollars. Okay. Roosevelt wanted to unhook the dollar from the gold standard.
Yeah.
To help get us out of the Great Depression, but the aftermath is the dollar that loses value every year.
Yeah.
So now we're at 8.3% inflation, and
I think it's higher than that.
Yeah, well, it is.
Honestly, I mean, I don't know.
They changed the.
I'll use it when I go to the grocery store and I see stuff, and I mean like food staples that, 6 months ago were, they've doubled in price. I can't believe inflation's only like around 8%.
Even Woodrow Wilson.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But.
You and Roberta and the kids doing okay, Tom?
Yeah, she's up at her mom's house this morning. They had the pre-surgery meeting this morning for her mom's having heart bypass surgery, and she's up there doing that. She's gonna be up there till next week. Then she's got to come back and drive me around because I'm having cataract surgery. So.
Oh, you know what I was going to ask you, Tom? So when you got the COVID, I mean, how sick were you? Like bad? Like, did you feel really bad?
I had a bad flu.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like.
Oh, okay.
I did not look
like. I know you had your shot and stuff, and they say, well, you don't get it as bad if you had the shot. So I was curious on how bad you felt you got it.
I felt real bad. I don't think I felt anywhere as bad as people like Dusty and Tristan and people like that. I don't think I felt anything like that, but I felt bad. Like I said, I lost 15 pounds in 2 weeks because I wasn't eating because I just did not want to eat.
Good diet. Yeah. Me and Jim were real sick about a month ago, but I mean, I don't take a COVID test.
COVID. 15 pounds or die. Yeah.
Are you going to lose a whole lot of pounds?
Yeah.
My back went out yesterday.
Oh, that sucks.
Uh-oh.
And it's killing me. I'm probably going to have to go to the chiropractor today if I can get in. Because it hurts to move. To do anything, it hurts. And
were you lifting something heavy?
Stop coolers and stuff this morning. Just like I kept dropping stuff and it was awful.
Mhm.
Todd, are you still buying those coins up when you find them, even though they're not worth anything?
uh, yeah, I would still be buying them if they would. Um, if they would get reasonable on their premiums. You know,
Right,
there's what they call the spot price, which is like the stock market price,
right.
and it's at like $22 right now.
Hmm.
But which means that really this should only be worth about $16 because that's not even an ounce of silver. So the extra you pay for the collectability of a coin and the extra you pay just because it's a coin, because it's a physical metal instead of buying the paper market. Um, these have quite a large premium, what they call a premium, the price you pay above the silver content value.
I tried to sleep with a heating pad yesterday. It didn't do anything for me. And I just got out of a super hot shower, and that loosened me up a little bit. But as soon as I got out, it was like I didn't even do anything.
Sorry.
Dimple Vlog, I don't know you. Hi, Dimple Vlog. Are you a reseller, Dimple Blog or Vlog? Are you a
Probably not.
just a general YouTuber hanging out looking at some lives?
We're just
It,
talking about life and stuff here.
and
Yeah.
Silverhair is an old dude. He's a host, not a hostess.
She said hosts, like plural
Oh,
host.
okay. I didn't see the extra E. I thought that was an E.
Even though I'm pretty enough to be a woman, but
Yeah, Todd.
Oh boy, Todd's telling us his secrets. He's having some identity issues.
Todd's going trans. um, Todd, yesterday I got an email let me find that one from APMX, which is where we sell gold and
yep.
silver from. They're talking about like the 2022 proof gold and platinum eagles, 2022 Barbados gold and silver pelican coins. Does it matter? I mean, if it's, let's just say it's a 1 ounce gold coin, this one's looks like an eagle, this one looks like a Barbados, whatever a Barbados animal is or whatever. Does it make any difference what the coin is of? Does that make any sense?
Yeah. I mean, no.
It's just like if you're buying them as for the gold, but you're also buying them as a collectible, then you would, you might want to
Yeah.
get the Barbados because you don't have a Barbados one.
Yeah. The last probably 3.5 years, I have been buying gold pretty much instead of silver. And the reason why is you can buy gold for around 5% above the gold spot price.
Right.
Whereas silver, it's more like 25 to up to 50% premium above spot price to get silver. So, no, I don't. If it's a government minted coin, like a French franc
Right.
or a British coin or a German coin or a U.S. coin, a Canada coin, Mexico coin, if it's a government minted coin, um, then you shouldn't have any qualms about buying that. Just
Right.
for a gold coin, I wouldn't pay a 15-20% premium to get it.
Well, I wasn't talking about necessarily that, because I would figure if I bought something through Ampex or AppMex, whatever it is, that they would be, that I consider them pretty legit. But as far as I didn't know whether what was physically on the coin made any difference or not.
No,
Yeah.
not much. And you can buy generic gold too. You don't have to stay with government issue, but I try to.
Yeah. Dimple blog. I'm on the East Coast also, and it's 9:20 something. This is real EST, which is what I'm at. That's real American time. Everybody else is fake American time. Sally, I think it's 8:25 for her, and Todd is 8:25 for them because they're like Central Time.
No, Sally's Eastern time.
Oh, Sally Eastern Time?
Yeah,
I thought
Michigan Eastern. No.
I thought it was in Central Time.
No, Michigan's Eastern.
That's right. When Valerie lived in Canada, when Valerie lived in Kansas, that's when she was on Central Time.
Right.
Canada, Kansas, same difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. America basically has 5 time zones: East, Central, Mountain, and Pacific.
And I was watching this thing, it's been some time ago, and I might have mentioned it before, but the rail system, the railroad companies is what came up with the time, our different time zones. So they could kind of control what was going on.
I just scared the hell out of myself with the cat's fish.
With the what?
I bought these stupid fish for my cat
that
charge up or whatever, and then they flop.
Oh yeah, we got some of this too.
And I just stepped on one, and it just about sent me through the roof.
Oh, I bet that made your back hurt too.
Yeah, it jarred me.
Oh, no. So I read that Amazon is going to do a stock split.
Oh, really? I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, and Amazon stock is like $2,135.
Wow.
So they're going to split it. So everybody that owns 1 share is going to then own 20 shares worth $104 a piece.
Huh.
So yesterday I decided to take a little bit, and I bought 2 shares.
Right.
So after the split, I should own 40. And usually when stocks split, they have a little boost in value. Like says, don't buy Amazon stock.
Actually, don't buy it.
But I just did. Not much. I bought 2 shares, which is about about $4,300. Gosh.
I did a quick little video. If y'all had the ones that hadn't seen it, it's like 58 seconds long, and y'all might have known about this, but I did not know this. I went because my mother-in-law is having the heart surgery, and she's going to be pretty much immobile for a few days. And she had just this POS of a laptop. We went online to Walmart.com and looked at a laptop, and then I went to Walmart that had it, and it was $50 more. And I said, the website said that y'all had it, and it was this price. And he said, Walmart.com, and I said yes. He says we do not price match Walmart.com.
Really?
Yeah. And I thought to myself, you don't price match your own website.
Very
And
light.
nowhere does it say on that page that this is the in-store price. What they want you to do is they want you to pay for it online and then go pick it up. That's what the manager told me. They want you to pick it up, pay for it online, and go pick it up. And I said, if I buy something online, and I drive down here, my fat old ass is going to sit in the car, and I'm going to send one of my 20-something-year-old sons in there with my receipt and pick it up. Whereas I came in here and I bought the laptop, and I ended up buying a case for it, and then I went by the clearance section and bought some pastries and a gallon of milk and some Dr. Peppers, and I ended up spending just about as much on other crap as I did the damn laptop.
Yeah.
I said, what's the sense of that? And I said, I know people that have like 3 or 4 convenience stores, and they hated going to pay at the pump.
Okay.
They hated going.
What you could do is just pull out your smartphone and buy it online and say, okay, I paid for it. Now give it to me at that price.
Well, you shouldn't have to do that. When I was at Staples, if the Staples price was less on Walmart.com, on Staples.com, we had to price match it. I don't understand. Well, anyway, I'm just old and cantankerous, and it just pisses me off. Pardon my French for anybody who's offended.
I'm offended.
They're doing that kind of crap. And it's, and the manager said, you're the third person today that's fussed about that. I said, sorry, then that should tell you something. So I told Roberta, I said, we're not going back into that damn Walmart. You pay $99 a year for this free shipping crap. I said, if we need something and it qualifies for free shipping, then order it and let them deliver it. But what they're going to do is, and the same day, yeah, sorry guys, this is old man rant here. The same day, I saw where they're automating 2 of their big warehouses. So they don't have to have labor, human labor. I just think it sucks.
They just went through and redid our Walmart, and you maybe have like 3 actually manned checkouts or 4. That's it. Everything else went to self-checkout.
Stock market opens higher. Bum, bum, bum.
Well, good.
First time this year.
You ain't going to make it, Todd.
I just...
What?
Todd bought the Amazon stuff. He bought 2 shares of Amazon because they're going to split it. They're going to do that 21 split.
There you go.
So you 1 share. What'd you pay for it? $2,200 a share, or 24?
I think it was
anyway.
20.
But then 1 share will become
21.35 yesterday.
So 1 share will become 20 shares, right?
Do you live in a ranch or is it like multi-story building, Todd?
Haven't you seen South Park on TV?
I live in your standard run-of-the-mill ranch house.
All right.
I might tell you.
Jump out the window, you won't hurt.
I might tell you a little story. There's this guy. This is back when Jim was doing real estate. Who sold was that a CBRF he had or a mall? A group home. CBRF, income producing property. Blue chip, good income. Sells it. Takes that. What did he get for it? 400?
No, 3 1/4. He paid $275. Sold it for 3 1/4.
Got 325,000 for it.
Had to pay capital gains.
Put all the money in the stock market and lost it all. But it didn't matter because that was what his wife said he could have for his fun money. But he had a blue chip income producing property, cashed out of it, and
I got
lost $325,000 in the stock market because he took it all and put it in stocks.
Hot tip from a guy at work.
This is
so I'm one of the Braniff people.
This statement that follows is a personal opinion of Tom Huck's. I think the stock market is a Ponzi scheme. Because my 401k in 2005 lost half its value,
Yeah.
and it never recovered. And I ended up cashing out to pay for Roberta's liver.
You need.
But
Okay.
after that, any money I had, I started putting into dirt because they're not making any more of it, and it's still going to be sitting there as long as I pay the property taxes on it.
Yeah, that's true. And typically real estate doesn't lose value. If you don't have it where you bought it all on margin, if you can own the real estate outright, it ain't gonna lose value.
Yeah, well, see, that's what I did.
Boom.
And
Amazon is up $40 this morning.
that's because everybody's buying. See, that's it. Everybody's buying the stock because they know they're going to get 20 shares for one share, and so that's driving the price up. It's all
and then
fake.
It is fake, but it works. And when it does split, then a lot of people who wouldn't buy because it's $2,100 a share, they will buy it at 104 or 105.
Yeah.
That's like Chrysler. When Chrysler
it'll be a short-lived game.
Oh my God, the Chrysler stock. My family had Chrysler stock, and my family hated Lee Iacocca because when he did that, they had something like probably a couple hundred shares, and it took it all the way down to 10 shares. In fact, I inherited the 10 shares when my family member died, and then I ended up just selling it.
No, you wound up doing nothing with it, and we collected it from the Department of Revenue, lost money.
Yeah.
And now it's up 48. So
That's just it. Well, you better when it peaks out, you better sell it.
Hey Tom, I do have some useful information for you though. If you spend over $35 on a Walmart site, your shipping's free anyway. So why would you join a $99 club?
I don't know.
You spend over $35 for one sitting, which ain't hard.
I think the $99 you get same day shipping if possible.
Oh, okay. Well, but for
I need my item now. Yeah, I'll pay $100 to have it.
Yeah, if you're one of those people that actually plan ahead, you can spend $35 and get free shipping, and take that $100 and I don't know, buy a bunch of other crap.
Go buy some stuff.
Go buy some Amazon stuff.
No, you can't. $100.
Here's a crazy idea. Instead of investing in the stock market or gambling or whatever you're pissing away on, go to an auction, buy some stuff that you know, worst case, you're going to break even and resell it. It's a good revenue stream. Try it.
But back to the Chrysler thing. Their stock got down to like 75 cents a share.
No, it was bad. Well, I know, and, that Chrysler stock, because by the time that by the time I got my lost property thing on it, it was Daimler Chrysler, so it's owned by Mercedes, but it's a separate company, so it's not like it's Mercedes stock. And then did it end up becoming Fiat or something, or did Daimler buy
Fiat? Fiat bought it from Mercedes.
Yeah.
But when it got down to 75 cents, the holdings of the company, the physical assets of the company was like $17 billion. You know, all the land they owned and everything was like $17 billion. And that 75 cents a share came, you know, if you took all the shares of Chrysler at 75 cents, didn't even come close to the $17 billion that the value of the company was, the physical value of it.
Uncle only held on to it because he was sticking it to the man. He hated Lee Iacocca. He's sticking it to him because it was originally AMC stock. Yeah. That, you know, Chrysler buys AMC and then split then.
That
so
probably made him mad too.
Oh yeah, because he had like 500 shares of AMC. Yeah, so by the time he's old and dies, it had been cut down to like 10 or 12 shares.
Now I can't buy a Gremlin. Or a Pacer. I want to buy a Pacer. No one sells a Pacer.
If you do, they're like $9,000.
Well, AMC, everybody, because we lived in southeast Wisconsin, AMC was over there in Racine County. AMC is good, you know.
I feel bad for these little kids who are going to grow up in a world without American motors.
I've got a neighbor that's got a Pacer. What's the thing? The square looking thing? The Gremlin.
Oh yeah, Gremlins are we had a Gremlin and it was a piece of shit, but in a way it was a cool car.
Well, and also, if you
And
look underneath the back end of that Gremlin, look where the bolts are, and look where the gas tank is. You think the Pinto was dangerous? The Gremlin was worse. The bolts were even closer, but nobody ever sued over a Gremlin,
And
so
it's
nobody ever talked
Jim,
about it.
it's Gremlin, not Gremlin.
I had a Matador.
Oh yeah, the Matador. That's like the stretch pacer.
Yeah, it was slow. It was big. It was ugly. But it had 4 doors. You could cram all kinds of people into that thing and go
All
somewhere.
your band equipment you could cram in there.
When I was in high school, my buddy had one. I mean, we went all over the place with that thing.
Todd's crabbing his tuba in the back seat.
If you're on a double date, it was like you had 2 apartments. It was like a 2-bedroom car.
My Matador cost $3,800, brand new, brand spanking new.
Now you can't afford to go buy a new truck or anything. Jesus Christ, they're like $100,000.
Yeah, Jim. The guy down the street, he's also got an Eagle, an AMC Eagle.
Oh, my mom bought a brand new 1982 AMC Eagle.
Is it got all-wheel drive?
It's got all-wheel drive.
Don't break the rubber band.
Do what?
There's a rubber band in the middle that makes the 4-wheel drive.
Anyway, these all 3 have been restored, and he's put, he's got like 4-wheel disc brakes on it and stuff like that.
Why would you restore it? My mom had an 82.
It's like chewing gum back in a wrapper.
My mom had a 1982. Okay, brought it brand new. AMC Eagle 4-door with a stupid all-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive thing. I'm sitting in the house watching TV. It's like 1984, maybe early 85. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Everybody's running around like there's a fire or something. Because the freaking Eagle set itself on fire out in our driveway and burnt up. I mean, fully engulfed. Flames shooting out everywhere. It's fully destroyed.
They needed to be restored the day they left the factory.
Mike and watch it, Jim. AMC the 258 best engine ever.
But go out and look, because there was an article in the Observer about this some other guy in town that collects the Pacer, and he said he remembered when you could buy one, like in the last 15 years, for like $1,500 that ran and that would meet, emissions and whatnot. He said it's going to cost you $8,000 for one that will barely run now because they've just become.
In 1990.
First of all, if you take a Pacer and run into a Chevy, a brand new Chevy 2500 4-wheel drive, it's going to cut that Chevy in half because that damn Pacer is nothing but pure metal.
Mm-hmm. My mom in 1990 bought a second car because I was driving. So she bought a 1991 Pontiac Sunbird, which is just a shitbox Pontiac. And I remember what it cost brand new. It was like $9,000. I don't even think you could buy a car for $9,000 anymore.
And I have an AMC Jeep, but it doesn't have the straight 6. It's got the 4-cylinder GM 2.5 liter. It's a 151.
I'll be right back. Yeah, y'all aren't letting me talk anyway, so.
What the hell? It's your show, Todd. Just interrupt.
If you want to tell us more about the Amazon,
Todd, take it off of your screen.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So people can see all of our wonderfulness.
More cowboy, more Amazon.
Let me highlight Tom here because he's so important. There you go.
Yeah, I'll put up a chapstick. I'm gonna make a
Tom
Instagram
is the star of the show.
He's the eye candy for the show.
That's right.
Oh boy.
It's.
I have a V8, an AMC V8. I don't know in the other Jeep, but I don't know what size it is, or if it's a Chrysler, if it's a. But it's old enough to be a. I mean, it's definitely in an AMC Jeep. The brown Jeep, it's got a V8 in it, but I don't even know what size it is. The day I got it, I hooked up the battery wrong because both cables are black, and I blew out the voltage regulator, and I've never started the thing.
I just. these cars get bad reps. Like a friend of mine had, when I was in high school, had a Vega. And everybody's saying those were a piece of crap cars. He put about 300,000 miles on that thing before it ever died. And he never really had any problems with it, except, changing some shocks and just normal maintenance on it, because he did run it up high miles.
I sold 2 Vegas.
Huh?
I owned a pair of Vegas, a station wagon and a hatchback, and I sold a pair of them. I bought them for $50 a piece. I sold a pair of them for $200, and the kid tried to tow one Vega home with the other Vega. He got halfway home and the unibody broke in half. And I was in the car with my buddies. We were behind him, and he goes, "Why don't you go stop and help him?" I'm like, "Hell no! They're his problem now."
Oh boy.
But my friend had the GT version, of the Vega, which had stripes down the side.
That was it. That was what the hatchback was. It was the GT.
And like I said, he drove the hell out of that thing.
It was
when he got out of college. He had no miles on it until he got out of college. Once he got out of college, he went into sales, and so he was on the road all the time. And he really, it was kind of noisy. And but what car from that era wasn't noisy? But he just drove it. And my dad had a Pinto wagon for a while, and it was a good little car. I mean, we didn't go around wrecking it or anything like that, because he would have killed us. But I don't know. I think people just don't take care of vehicles. That's what my thing is.
Well, the GT is the one that pulled the station wagon. That's the one that broke in half. It was just it was rusted.
I bet.
It was all Bondo.
Well, and he's in North Carolina, so they probably didn't have.
Oh yeah, cars down here last forever. They're like,
it's like a time capsule.
You got to crash them before you can wreck them, or either crash them or burn up the motor, or they do start them on fire a lot down here, which I don't see up north.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of burn spots along the road.
You see all these burn spots and cars with burned hoods in the junkyard. I've never seen a place where they burn up, literally start so many cars on fire.
Back to my statement about I don't think people take care of cars, or it's a Monday or Friday car. Back in,
how are you supposed to take care of a car, Tom?
Pardon me?
How are you supposed to take care of a car?
You're supposed to service it and clean it, keep it clean and stuff like that.
Oh.
I had an aunt that was a nurse, and bless her heart, I love her. She was like a second mother. But I was always afraid to get in her car, because I was afraid we would get in a car accident and the flying debris inside the car would kill me.
Like a garbage explosion? It probably would save your life, because you'd be shielded by all that garbage when you're at the pavement.
But, back in 75, because it was a 76 Cadillac Seville, a friend of mine's dad, he was a big University of South Carolina supporter. He went there. He was paid $10,000 a year for the VIP booster shit and all that kind of stuff. And he bought a brand new Seville. I mean, he still had the dealer tag on it, and drove it to Columbia from Rock Hill, and went to the ball game and started back at 2:00 in the morning. And he said he was running about 80 up I-77 when this happened, but the transmission locked up on it. I mean, it locked up the front tires where the tires wouldn't turn, and it ate it down to the rim.
Mm.
Well, back in this time, if anybody's been through this area, it's kind of built up now, but back then there was nothing. He ended up walking like 10 miles to where he could. This was before cell phones. He walked about 10 miles before he could get to a telephone. And the guy that sold him was a sort of friend of his. They golfed together every once in a while. So he had his home number, and he called and chewed that sucker out at 3:00 in the morning. And so he called whoever, and they delivered he came driving up in another Cadillac and with a tow truck, and they towed the Seville back to the dealership. And in about 2 days, the guy from the dealership called and said, "You got another car sitting up here." and they just swapped them out. And he says, I don't know whether I want another damn Cadillac. I just spent, this ungodly amount of money for this thing, and I made one trip in it.
I don't think cars are. Your legs aren't cars made to be disposable now? I don't think they want them to run as long because they want to incentivize you to go buy a new car.
Yeah, but right now I haven't looked at cars.
I'm too poor, Tom. I don't go look at car dealership lots. I'm just simple reseller. I can't afford that kind of stuff.
Oh, shit. You down there at the plantation.
Yeah, I wish I was at the plantation. Yeah, no.
We can't buy
when we bought Roberta, we bought a new car because we couldn't find a used car that was not priced as a new car. And that I don't
want to have a car loan right now, honestly.
Well, we don't have a car loan.
Well, you got more money than me. I don't live in
I don't feed 12 horses.
I only have 4.
Okay, I don't feed 4 horses. And that but we went out looking for a good used car because like her car it's almost a year old and it's got 2,700 miles on it. It sits under a cover in the driveway. Because we don't. Well, first of all, now it's a new one. We just don't drive it. But
no, that doesn't surprise me, Mike. I haven't had a need to go look for a trailer, but I know scrap metal's gone way up. So if metal's more expensive, all that prices are gonna be more expensive. And we also use diesel trucking to ship everything around, so they're gonna pass the cost of higher fuel onto the consumer. So that's gonna make trailer prices go up. It's a big, endless circle jerk of how to make you pay
down the toilet.
Yeah, how to make you pay more money for stuff.
It's just like a flushing toilet. And at the bottom of the toilet is socialism. You're welcome.
It seems to be a big thing around here. I don't know about other parts of the country. People are like taking truck beds, the back ends off of trucks, and making trailers out of them.
They did that when I was a kid in Wisconsin. My uncle had one of those when I was a kid in Wisconsin. He'd use it to haul firewood and stuff.
Yeah, what do you do with your old trucks?
What do you do with your old truck beds?
You turn them into trailers.
Yeah.
Listen.
I had a friend. Here's a good trailer story. I know this guy. He hauled scrap metal. This is years ago. He decides because he gets more money in Milwaukee, drives from northern Wisconsin to Milwaukee with this scrap metal load of junk cars. He takes a truck, crushes the top of the truck down so the cab is crushed flat so he could put another car on top of it. He's bungeed the car on top of the truck with those thin ribbon straps, and he's like ratcheted down to the door handles on the truck. Well, he gets pulled over by Milwaukee County Sheriff. He's got a whole bunch of DOT violations.
He's got strapped to the door handles of the truck underneath. He's an idiot.
Driving on the freeway, because he didn't leave early enough, so rush hour traffic going into downtown Milwaukee area and right down the freeway. Yeah.
Let me tell you what, you people can better stop talking bad about the South because that sounds like something some of these damn rednecks down here in the South.
I didn't say nothing bad about the South.
No, that guy was from Eagle River.
Yeah, I just wondering where you were living that you didn't see a pickup bed turned into a trailer.
Yeah, you did.
The South's gonna rise again.
But it's my dad had a farm down in Myrtle Beach or outside of Myrtle Beach in Conway. And he had one field that was nothing but Bermuda grass. And that was to feed my sister-in-law's horses. And then he had another like 60 acres of land, fields that was planted in sorghum, which is sort of looks like you got a field of corn out there, but it doesn't produce corn.
Yeah, but don't they make sugar out of it?
I think some people do, but we fed it to cows.
Because I think they grow it here, and there was like an auction where they had like this sorghum mill where they're making like sugar or molasses out of it or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We had at the time we had a 1970, which this would have been in the late 80s. We had a 1970 Chevrolet Kingswood wagon. And for those that don't know what that is, it's a station wagon that's about the size of a Ford or Chevy F-250 2500 four-door low bed. That thing was huge. Anyway, he was gonna take it off the road, and he took it down to the farm. And my uncle took one of those like metal saws. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know what they're called.
Yeah.
And cut from the from the front seat to the very back of the car. He cut the roof off of it and made a pickup out of it. And
smart.
And see, because it was hauling hay, you didn't have to have a tag on it. So anyway, we would drive that thing around out in the field and load hay on that thing. But yeah, like I said, it sounds like you people up north.
There's a lot of rednecks up north. I mean, you just gotta, if you get away, like in Wisconsin, you get out in the country or the north.
We're in the north.
Yeah, we're in the far north. You get up there.
Hills. You can't grow up in there.
You get up there by those Upers and Upper Peninsula of Michigan. You got a lot of rednecks.
You know, it's y'all. That's the right word you need to be saying. It's you and y'all. And if you want to tell a group of people to come, to come to me, you go, y'all. Come over here.
I thought you should be saying like yeah, hey.
Nah, it's y'all.
No.
But you know, redneck is redneck. This guy that I follow his show, he talks about his brother being a redneck, and he lives outside of Sussex, England. You know, I mean. So anyhow, automobiles, all they do is drink you dry. And then, you know, we've had people move down here that were 40 years old.
So you bought a new car and you didn't get the electric car? Why didn't you buy the Tesla, Tom?
Because I only would want an S, and they're too expensive.
How much are they? I don't even know.
It was like $85,000.
There's one for sale here. The dealership took one in on trade. It's like a year old or a year and a half old. It has 13,000 miles on it. They want $61,000 for it. It's a Tesla, but I don't know which model. Or I don't remember.
The S is their big sedan. And actually, if they made something that was the size of our Mazda, then I would consider, I would seriously consider one, but which is a mid compact SUV, I think is what they classify it as. But they don't make anything like that, and their entry level is ugly as sin. So if anybody's got one, I apologize for being rude, but I think they're just ugly.
And Jim, did you tell me the batteries only last like 12 years?
Something like that, 10.
And then they're super expensive if you have to put new batteries in it. So then you just have to, I guess, get rid of it.
No, the car won't be, the value of the car in 10 years won't be enough to put new batteries in it.
That's scary if you're paying like $60,000-$80,000 for a car.
But they're also built to be recycled. The new cars are built to be disassembled. It's easy to separate the components because they're made to
I was scrolling back up and I saw where.
What the hell you do with an F-150? You could buy an electric F-150 for $40,000. What the hell you do with that thing? Haul eggs around?
It wasn't like a couple years ago they said there's going to be a shortage of lithium for phone batteries.
Yeah.
So how the hell, if they can't make enough lithium for phone batteries, how the hell are they going to power all these cars? And I got a feeling that they don't plan on powering a bunch of cars. They plan on you regular folk. You're going to take the train. The electric train, and then the rich folk and politicians are going to be driving around in electric cars, which is basically all politicians.
Right. Anyway, what I just said was Mateo Man said he bought a Civic in 2006 or 2008, and it still looks like new. I have to say those older model Hondas just last forever. But a buddy of mine, his dad bought him like I said, this would have been in the late 70s, early 80s. I don't remember when it was, but we were young. Bought him one of the original Civics that you could put in the back. Now you could put into the back of a Ford or Chevrolet pickup truck. You know, it was that real tiny thing. And we were both kind of lanky back in them days. And you just kind of like have to fold up to get inside that little thing. It was like you should have 100 clowns coming out.
Jim had a Ford Festiva. I mean, and we drove that thing to O'Hare in Chicago to the airport, and I could tell you by the time we got out of the car, it was like riding in a freaking buckboard.
Well, it cost $17.
Yeah, it was super cheap and whatever. It was cool, but I will say when you got out of the car, you're like, oh my god,
I drove
my ass is killing me.
From the northern tip of Wisconsin all the way down to Chicago, it cost me $17.50 in fuel.
Jeez.
What was that Chevrolet that they had that was like, I guess it would have been like a mid-size maybe. I think it started with a C.
Malibu?
No, it was between
Malibu starts with an M.
Was it
School
Chevette?
teacher.
Are you talking about Chevette?
No, it was like bigger than a Chevette, but not as big as a whatever their big sedan was. I can't remember what that thing was. No, it wasn't the Cutlass. I think it was like I think the Cutlass had a model the same thing as it was.
There was a Caprice.
No.
That was ugly.
It would have been smaller than a Caprice. Anyway, it had a 4-speed, a 3-speed or a 4-speed in it. And he drove that thing and it didn't last no time.
Mm.
No, it's not an Impala. It's smaller than that, and it was front-wheel drive.
It starts with a C.
Cavalier.
No, it's bigger than Cavalier.
It's bigger than, oh my God, Tom. It's bigger than this. It's smaller than this. It starts with a C. It's bigger than this. It's smaller than
Hang on a second.
What year was it?
Like in the 80s.
Oh. Huh.
Hang on a second.
Like the size of a Malibu, or?
It was a Malibu.
He
Well,
said
no,
it was-
I'm gonna-
he
I
said-
said it started with a C. Yeah, it's
Okay,
a
y'all just
Malibu.
going to have to hang around
I
long enough for me
understand
to find
Malibu
this
doesn't start
damn
with
thing.
C. I learned. I wasn't a Catholic.
It wasn't a Corsica. It was a Citation.
Oh God!
Oh yeah.
My dad wanted one of those pieces of shit so bad. Me and my mom were like, please, please, no, Dad. He was gonna use it for real estate. We're like, you'll never sell anything. We're gonna go broke. It was the ugliest freaking car. Oh my God! It looked like a baboon's ass after you shaved it. Oh Christ! That thing was hideous.
How
He
many
bought that
baboon
thing,
asses have you shaved?
and he had the 4-door, which was uglier. Yeah, it was the 4-door was even uglier.
Yeah, it was hideous. My dad was trying. He was going to use it for real estate. My mom's like, poor people don't sell real estate. It looks like a four-person crappy. Oh,
Because that is an industry where they judge you on what kind of car you're driving.
Oh yeah,
that thing was a poop box.
and now they don't drive you nowhere. They tell you to meet you someplace.
Honestly, why would you use? Well, I guess if unless you like like for selling real estate. And my husband was their family was real estate agents, and he was one for 25 years. You don't need a real estate agent to sell real estate anymore, in my personal opinion.
Hey, Craig. It's. And also, gas was getting expensive back in them days, back in that time. So everybody was driving the little 4-cylinders, and they were trying to put a 4-cylinder in something a V8 should have been in. So when you started off, if you got behind a Citation, you're like, oh crap, I might make it through the light, that type of thing.
I had a Buick Century, which was, not a big car. It was like like a Pontiac 6000. It was a 4-door sedan, but it had a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder in it. But I also had a 1980 Honda Civic, and the Buick was an 84, and the Honda was a 80. If I loaded up the Honda with me and the 2 kids and luggage and went somewhere, the Honda got worse mileage. The smaller car got worse mileage than the Buick. that had a bigger engine and was a bigger car because you were pushing that Honda was working so hard to pull the load. I mean, actually got better mileage with a better car. So yeah, when you overload these small engines, their mileage goes right in the toilet.
What? Okay. In the chat, lag. I don't know who that is. I've never heard of these. I've never heard of any of those. Talking about the cars.
You must be young.
Okay, how old are you? Like 12 years old?
No, lag's only like early 30s, I think.
Okay, still.
He's a youngster.
The Chevy Citation was like the Ford Taurus.
Yeah, but the Taurus lasted forever.
Oh,
I mean, the brand.
Until you blew your head gasket.
Yeah, well, that's all of it. It's like you buy a Chevrolet pickup truck from the 80s.
Yeah, Taurus was one of the largest selling cars of all time.
Good
Yeah.
God, that thing
Yeah,
was
they
hideous.
had a lot of them on the road, and they were
Millions.
ugly.
I had
Taurus.
one. I had a Lincoln. I had an '88 Lincoln that was the stretch Taurus, and that thing was ugly. It was always broken. I had an '87 Lincoln. Was the best car I ever had. I went and bought an '88 Lincoln because I thought it would be as good. But it was when they changed the body style. I went to that Taurus body style and had the Taurus engine and all that Taurus crap in it. Yeah, the thing was horrible.
I'm going to tell you what, you youngsters wouldn't know what it is to drive a real automobile. You know, when you've driven a 1974 or 1970 Kingswood station wagon,
My
or
first car was
a 1973 Ford Thunderbird, or a Chevrolet Caprice from the 70s and the 80s. Those were cars.
My first car was a Ford. Well, my first car was a 1970 Catalina 2-door with a 350. My second car was a 1964 Custom 500 Ford with a 289 with a 3 on the tree.
Yeah, but a guy I bowled with, I might have told the story before. He bought it would have been like in the 80s. A new, it was one of the Camaro IROCs, whatever year that was, and that thing was pretty. It was blue with T-roofs and all that kind of stuff. But his main car was like a 73 Plymouth station wagon. I don't remember what the brand model of it was, but it was a station wagon. It had a 3-speed with some kind of super ass engine in it that his father bought for his grandmother, and she got so many tickets she lost her license. So my buddy bought it from his grandmother, and they managed to get her license back. But he could drop the clutch on that sucker, and he could fill it. The car beside it would fill it up with smoke. And when he said, "How if you could do anything this afternoon?" He called me at work and said, "If you're not doing anything this afternoon, how about go to Charlotte with me and let me pick up my car?" Because he bought it from City Chevrolet. And if you watch not Top Gear, Days of Thunder, that's that Chevrolet dealership. Anyway. So I drove up there with him, and I said, "You want me to drive the wagon back?" And he said, "No," because I knew how to drive a shift. And he said, "No, I'll drive it back. I don't want you to get a ticket." He said, "It's a heavy car, so you're doing 100 miles an hour when you think you're doing 35."
Oh, wow.
And so we were coming back down Independence Boulevard, which was the main road back in those days, and this guy came up beside him driving another IROC, and he revved he had the T roof out of it. Not me. I had the damn AC on because it was summertime. He had but this guy had the T roof up, and he pulled up.
They had air conditioning back then.
He kissed my ass.
Did they have a person in there that would just fan you?
Yeah. Anyway,
you have to bring your wife with or girlfriend so she could fan you while you're driving. She also could make you sandwiches with some drop-down tables for the back.
That's right. She would flip the daggum LPs on the little phonograph under the dashboard, But
then did you buy gasoline in 1 gallon can?
Yeah. That was back in the days of 30 cents gallons. I filled up my little Honda today, or Sergey's Honda, and it's a little CRV. It cost me $70 to fill that thing up. Which
we bought that Ford truck in Indiana, and Jim put $150 in the tank, and it didn't fill it. But because we used the bank card, so it only would go up to 150 because of fraud. You'd have to redo it. So he's like, well, I guess that's gonna do it, but it didn't even fill it up.
Yeah, the guy told me, he goes, "Oh, you're gonna cry when you fill that thing up." I'm like, "Yeah, well, I got a diesel box truck. I know what it's like, but I haven't put fuel in it in a long time." Yeah, I pull up that diesel pump, it cut me off at 150. I got in the truck. That was a half a tank. It's got a 40-gallon tank.
I tell you what, this gas getting out of control like it is really going to mess things up.
Oh, it already because everything's delivered with diesel. I mean, when I use this as I bought a thing of sour cream, which just sounds stupid, but it's like the Great Value brand sour cream, which 4 months ago was $1. It's now $2. I mean, everything's got to go up because everything's delivered by semi-truck.
And if you drive a diesel, when you put fuel in, you literally feel like someone's out to get you. I mean, it's like, why are they punishing me? And by they, I don't know who they are, but they're really sticking it to you. Somebody's making out on this pretty good.
I just, I don't know what people are going to do. And I was talking to the manager of a food line yesterday. I said, are you not getting in merch? And he's like, well, two things. Yes, we're not getting in some merchandise. He said, but because it's just not available. Or he said, I don't have the people to unload it. And he says, now we're talking about now we don't know with the price of fuel how that's going to affect getting stuff to the stores.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm not really concerned about it. I got about 6 months of beans, and rice around here.
Well, I'm not coming to your supper if you're only going to give me beans and rice.
What kind of pets do you have?
Cats. You got to start eating cats.
I can send you some hot crock pot recipes for cat. You know what else is good? Wallpaper paste.
Let me tell you what, my cats will be the last thing that goes hungry.
Oh boy.
I mean, it's like what are you going to do with your horses if you can't get food?
Why wouldn't I? Well, I will say food has gone up, but you're always going to be able to get food. I mean, you're just going to have to pay for it. But I'll tell you this, like grain. Okay. I buy prepackaged grain from Tractor Supply. When I moved out, the last year Trump was president, a 50-pound bag of grain was $9.99. Today, it's $16.30.
Now you're getting political. Politics has nothing to do with
it.
And besides, you can eat your horse. You can't eat your car.
Right.
But it's we've all been spoiled. We've all can just go to the damn store and buy whatever we want.
We live in America, Tom. That's the way it should be. This isn't Europe. This isn't Russia. This is America. I go to the store when I see shit on the shelf.
I know. But it's coming. It's slowing down. And, for me, who was raised in, like, fast food joints, we might have went, when I was a little kid in the Cub Scouts, every year we got a little coupon book, and every month we got like a free sundae or a free hamburger, and the next month it'd be a cheeseburger or a fish sandwich, or it was one of those things, or fries. So when I used my coupon, that was like a Saturday night thing out, and the family ate it at McDonald's. I've eaten at the McDonald's more in the last 2 years than I did the first 15 years of my life. I mean,
I don't hardly eat at McDonald's anymore. I'll tell you why. Because if we go there, meet Jim and Brandon, I mean, it's like $35. And I'm like, well, why don't we go to a good restaurant then if we're going to spend $35 for shit and hamburgers and French fries?
Exactly.
I would rather go to a better restaurant and pay $45, $50 and have like a really good meal than pay $35 for hamburgers.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous why why.
They had those horses in Florida, Mike, where they'd find them half butchered out in the field. Like the owners or whatever come to go out and feed their horses, and the horses laying dead out in the field with cuts of meat cut off of it.
I'm afraid, and like Pineville Matthews Road in Charlotte. There's 3 McDonald's on that road between 2 of them is about a mile, and then there's like 4 miles between 2 of them. I mean, and no one has any staff because they can't get people to work. So
I don't know but when people start going back to work, I mean, they're not collecting all the unemployment, or I mean, the COVID money is pretty much run out. I don't think they're collecting like unemployment or stuff. So why can't you get them to work? I mean, because everybody needs money. Did they figure out better ways to make money, or what is it?
Because people just not working and they're getting government money. Todd, we don't talk about Cracker Barrel when Jim's around.
Oh yeah, no, Jim won't eat. He's never ate at a Cracker Barrel.
Really?
Never. Yeah. And he refused because they fired his mom. He said they discriminate against the old people.
Todd, I agree with you on that because I can go in and get me a sweet tea and an order of fried chicken livers for like $7.50.
Yeah. My problem with the Cracker Barrel is all the shopping Gwen does out in their little lobby.
Oh, in their gift shop, yeah.
She buys a sweatshirt, and she buys a T-shirt, and she buys a
cookie jar, some
candy, and some. Oh, look at this retro candy. Yeah. And I'm like, can we just eat our meal and go? No.
Well, I haven't had White Castle for a while though, so I'm not gonna say for sure. But I know, like I think last year or a year and a half ago, you used to be able to buy that box of 30 hamburgers for like $29. So that's way cheaper than McDonald's.
Yeah.
They give you that suitcase of sliders.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm gonna tell you one thing it's gotten about all the fast food places. Okay, most of the places around here still have the dining room closed because they don't have enough staff to support the dining room and the drive-thru.
Yeah,
and
they
still cannot get the damn orders right. I mean, they'll leave out something all the flipping time. And I got all the way back. I drove to a chicken place. What's that chicken place called?
Lee's?
Who?
Lee's?
No, it's they have like chicken tenders and Zaxby's.
I never ate there either.
I like Zaxby's, and I went and drove over to Zaxby's to get some. And I got back to the house, and they left my order out, and that was about $12. I called the number. They didn't answer the phone, and I called. I sent an email to Zaxby's corporate, and I bet you in 10 minutes I got a phone call back from them because I was not freaking happy. And when that young lady, I didn't cuss at her, I didn't scream at her, but she knew damn well I wasn't happy. And in a few minutes, well, the next day after it hit the bounty account, they had refunded all my money. And Todd's got to go because he's whining over here about the show. He's tried to shut the close.
I don't know. We took over on him. He wanted to talk about silver coins, and then you started talking about cars. And
nobody has the money to buy silver coins except Todd. Maybe Mr. Sadie. But
I got about 50 of them upstairs somewhere.
I don't want to be a person that's like trying to scare everybody, but I really think, especially with the prices of gas getting on, and they had the problem of getting merchandise into stores, food and stuff like that. I think people need to start picking up a little bit extra when they get to the bathroom.
To the bathroom. I think that's where you leave a little bit extra. You don't pick it up.
Grocery store. Yeah, leave a little bit. Don't bring it with you. I really think people just needs to start picking up an extra can of Spam or whatever. You
Oh
know,
my God! Now I gotta live on Spam. Oh,
if you don't have nothing else, it's like my kids. They're not really big on stuff like I make beans and rice and things like that together. I said, if you're hungry enough, you'll eat any damn thing I put in front of me. Yeah, or in front of you. And I just think it's yeah, and Mike's got plenty of money because he lives down there in Boca now, so with all the rich people.
yeah. He just goes over to Trump and go get the hey Trump.
That's right. He probably has
a coin for the effort, Trumpy, and Trumpy Bear just hands it over.
Let me tell you what, Craig. If you don't have nothing else to eat, you'll eat Spam and whatnot. You buy one can, it's got like a 35-year shelf life on it.
And then I suppose next you're going to say, oh, you can get some cans of Vienna sausage at the dollar store.
No, I don't like, I only like a certain brand of Vienna sausages.
Okay. All right, let Todd end the show. Yeah. I got shit to do.
All right. We're going to be on Sally the Upside Down Pickers channel in the morning at 8 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. East Coast, 6 a.m. West Coast.
Oh, boy.
Tara, you need
7 a.m. Mountain Time, so we'll see y'all tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, have a good day.
Tara, I'm going to talk to you about let's doing a night show in the next couple of days.
Okay.
So we can talk. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. Bye, y'all. Have a great day.
It's good having Tom on. It's okay having Tara.
Oh, thanks.
Too.
I feel the love. Thank you.
Tara, I mean, Todd doesn't have to talk. That's why he likes having me on there. He can just sit back and rack up the money off of YouTube.
Oh.